Okay, hello. Happy Friday evening, everyone. All right, welcome back to our December week 3. Okay, and also the last lesson of the year. Okay, yes, hello everyone. So this is our last lesson. So I will try to finish this chapter 1. Okay, I believe we have gone into our skin, our vision, and our plant yesterday already. Okay, was it yesterday or was it the day before? Okay, sorry, lost sense of time already. All right, so today we are moving into our year. Okay, this will be the last lesson of the year. All right, so let's begin. Okay, let's look at our ear, sense of hearing, Derya pendengaran. All right, so your ear is divided into outer ear, middle ear, and inner ear. Okay, so your outer ear is forgot to attend yesterday class. Oh, make sure you request video. Guys, if you forgot to attend any class, let me know. Okay, I need to sum everything up already. So please request your video early. Okay, no worries, Keith, we just started. All right, so you have your outer ear, okay, which is outside the ear, which is here, this part, middle ear, and your inner ear. And let's look at our parts one by one. Okay, compared to our eyes, the ear is easier to learn because it's like what 7 or 9 parts only compared to our eyes, which is like 14 parts. You also forgot Ching Hua's class. Make sure you request. Okay, you're outside just now. It's okay, as long as you're here. All right, so let's get our outer ear. Okay, outer ear, the first one is our earlobe, or I like to call this the pinna. Okay, there's two names for it. Earlobe is our ear that we can touch. Okay, so why is our ear shaped this way? You might say, why is our ear shaped like this? This is to collect sound. Your ear is like a sound funnel. Have you noticed this? Why do you have a funnel? You have funnel because you want to collect liquid, you want to concentrate it to one point. Same thing. Your ear is like a funnel. They will collect all the sound, they will funnel it into the ear. So this is actually a very efficient design. Okay, your ear, that's why you have very sensitive hearing because of the shape of the ear. All right, so that's your earlobe. What's the function? It is to collect and direct sound into the ear canal. Okay, menyalurkan suara bunyi kepada salo telinga. Salo telinga is the ear canal. Okay, so let's talk about the ear canal. Okay, what's the meaning of canal? Canal is a corridor. Okay, canal is a corridor. It's like, okay, if you have a very shallow passage of sea, okay, we call it a canal. Have you heard of the Panama Canal? Okay, Panama Canal is when they dig a canal through South America so that they can pass to the other side without going one route over. A canal is a very shallow, very narrow passage of sea. So same thing, you see, this is a very narrow passageway. So that's a canal. So what's the function of the canal? Just now direct sound to canal. Now canal is to direct sound to the eardrum. Okay, this part direct the sound into here. This part direct the sound into here. So it will direct the sound to your eardrum. Okay, so let's talk about our ear. Okay, this is our outer ear already. So let's talk about our eardrum. Eardrum is our inner ear. Sorry, our middle ear. So this is called gegendang telinga. As the name says, it's like a tunnel. Yes, it is. Okay, you know when you dig your ear, you're digging here lah. Your earwax is all here. Okay, when you dig your ear, all your earwax is here, so you dig it there. Okay, it's usually oily and waxy because this is sort of like a protection. You don't want to allow bacteria to go in. Right? So your eardrum, as the name say, it's a drum. Okay, so what's a drum? A drum is like a piece of cloth stretched over. When you hit it, it's going to vibrate. So same thing, when your sound hits your eardrum will vibrate. The point of an eardrum is to vibrate. So if you take your finger, you poke inside your ear, okay, at the end, if you feel something hard, right, you cannot go in some more, right? That's the eardrum. Okay, that's the eardrum. So should we dig our ears? Yes, you shouldn't dig it. Yes, that's correct. Technically speaking, you shouldn't dig your ear. Okay, have you noticed something, guys? Even if you don't dig your ear for a very long time, sometimes your earwax will just dry up and there will be a piece dropping out of your ear because naturally your ear will clean itself. You don't need to do anything. Okay, this is a smart design for our ear. I mean, if you have OCD, you want to dig your ear is okay lah, but there's actually no need for you to. You just like to dig because very strong. Yeah, same thing. I just like the sensation. Okay, I just like the very awesome feeling. Okay, but won't our ears be dirty inside? It is supposed to be dirty. It is supposed to be a little bit. Okay, let me ask you: is your nose supposed to be 100% clean? No, it has a little bit of mucus inside. It is supposed to be. Okay, but Sufu, yeah, I agree. I agree too. I still dig my ear. Okay, I just like the sensation. All right, so let's look at our eardrum. Okay, this thing is to vibrate according to the frequency of the sound. Okay, bergetar mengikut frequency. Do you know what is frequency again? We learned this in Form 2, Chapter 9, right? Frequency is when the frequency is very low, the graph is very far apart. Frequency is high, the graph is very close. High pitch, low pitch. Remember? Okay, your Doppler effect. You see, what is our human hearing limitation? Our human hearing limitation is 20 to 20,000 hertz. That's the frequency we can hear because that's the frequency your eardrum can vibrate. Your eardrum can only vibrate 20 to 20,000. That's why anything above or below you cannot hear. That's out of your hearing range. Okay, so that's the limitation of the eardrum. So the eardrum is connected to 3 bones. We call it ossicle or tulang ossicle in BM. What's the function of the ossicle? When you have solid, okay, these three are bones, right? They are solid. So solid will vibrate very quickly. Their function is to amplify the sound. Okay, amplify sound vibration. Okay, menguatkan bunyi getaran. So why amplify? So that this thing gets louder. Because you see, when sound travels into our ear, okay, after so much distance traveling, you will lose some of the energy. Right? If you stand very far from me and I shout at you, the sound will get softer as the time you reach your ear. Okay, so the function of the ossicle is to make the sound stronger so that you can hear something. So this is for amplifying your sound. Okay, so that's your middle ear. And after amplifying things, okay, after amplifying the sound, they will pass through a window called the oval window. They will be passed into the inner ear. Okay, so your oval window is your middle ear. Okay, this is called jendela bujur. Okay, jendela bujur. This is nothing but just a hole. Okay, it's just a hole. It's like a window. It's like an oval window. Okay, for them to go. Okay, to go to where? To go to this very important thing. Okay, our focus is this one, the inner ear. Okay, this is what we call the cochlea. Okay, the cochlea. What is the cochlea? Inside this cochlea, it is filled with fluid. Okay, it is filled with fluid, and then inside this fluid, there's hair. Okay, there's hair. So when sound goes into the fluid will vibrate. Okay, the fluid will vibrate, and then this hair is the receptor. Remember, it's receptor. Your eye has receptor, right? So that day you came to my class, you learned about the skin. The skin has receptor. So our ear, this hair is the receptor. What's the function of a receptor? Receptor is to convert signal, like in this case, sound signal, into nerve impulse. Impulse saraf. Remember what is nerve impulse? Nerve impulse is the language that our brain understands. Your brain cannot understand sound. You give it sound, your brain will be like, okay, what should I do with this? I don't understand. So your brain can only understand sound signal. Okay, can only understand nerve impulse. So this cochlea will convert sound signal from this hair into nerve impulse, and they will send this via the auditory nerve. Okay, auditory nerve. Why is it called auditory nerve? Because last week when you learned about the eye is called optic nerve. Because optic is your vision one. Okay, optic. Why is it called audi? Because it's audio. Audio. You listen to audio, so it's auditory nerve. Wait, let me finish. Don't jump. Let me finish. I haven't finished everything yet. Okay, so who's deaf? Their brain cannot read signal. No, you are deaf because you damage the nerve. You damage your nerve. Okay, there are many kinds of deafness. Okay, if your deafness is a temporary deafness, okay, I'll talk about deafness later. Okay, why can you not hear something? Okay, it is because there's a lot of things that can go wrong with your ear. If you damage your nerve, okay, one thing for sure is I can tell you, if you damage your auditory nerve, as I said, nerve, they won't regrow. Once you damage your nerve, this thing is forever. You will lose hearing forever. Okay, so you can damage your nerve. So how do you damage your nerve? It's either by some kind of disease. You know, Beethoven, he lost his hearing because okay, he's permanently He permanently lost his hearing, towards the end of his life. Okay, hey, he can still compose leh. He can still compose leh. Hearing aid has no use. Okay, if you damage your cochlea, you can use hearing aid. But if you damage your nerve, there's no signal going to your brain. How much you amplify your sound, there's no use. Okay, talking about Beethoven, he lost almost 80 to 90% of his hearing towards the end. He can still manage to compose Moonlight Sonata. Okay, 3 movements out of it. Freaking awesome, man. Okay, he lost his hearing. He cannot even listen to what he played, but somehow he knew that it will sound good. You see, this is why he's a freaking beast. Okay, he's one of the composer of the century. Okay, he's not human. Yes, I agree. Okay, when you are deaf, you cannot even talk already. He can compose a freaking piece out of it. Okay, because it's freaking Beethoven. There's not many Beethoven around. Okay, so anyway, so that's your cochlea lah. So as you can see, cochlea contains fluid is to detect and convert sound vibration into nerve impulse. Okay, they will convert the nerve impulse, and the auditory nerve is to send nerve impulse from the cochlea to the brain. They send it to the brain. There's a song called Beethoven. Okay, is this some kind of remix? All right, so you might say, sir, then how about this eustachian tube and semicircular canal? Okay, here it comes. These two, they are not responsible for hearing. Okay, they are not responsible for hearing. So what are they there for? Your eustachian tube is where you keep all your pressure, your ear pressure. Okay, this is to make your eardrum full. Okay, a drum needs pressure to make it full. Okay, have you noticed something? When you are on a plane, okay, when you take off, you feel your ear very painful one. Have you noticed this? Because as you climb, as the altitude climbs, the atmospheric pressure will decrease. This is last year, you learned this in Form 1, the last chapter, and last year when you learn about pressure, right? So when surrounding pressure gets low, this pressure here gets very high. Okay, it will keep pressing on your eardrum. That's why you have this very painful feeling on your eardrum. It feels very full, very uncomfortable. So what do? When you feel your ear very painful, what do? You swallow your saliva. Okay, when you swallow your saliva, you hear the talk sound, and your ear is okay already. Okay, isn't last year and Form 1 the same? Yeah, kind of is when you learn about the sound. Okay, when you learn about the pressure, it's just that Form 1 you learn about atmospheric pressure, okay, the altitude one, and then Form 2 you learn more detail to pressure. Okay, eat gum. As long as you do some, there's 2 ways for you to clear your eustachian tube. Number 1 is yawning. Okay, like this. Okay, yawning, or you swallow that, and then you hear the talk sound, and then there's a flap here that opens. This thing is actually connected to your throat. Okay, the eustachian tube is connected to your throat. So when your throat clears, this thing will go down. Okay, the air pressure will equalize. That's how it works. All right, so your eustachian tube, tube eustachial, this is to keep pressure, balance air pressure on both sides of the eardrum. Okay, to keep this pressure and this pressure equal. And then of course your semicircular canal, this is only for balancing. Okay, semicircular canal, it is to detect position of the head and balance the body. This is all for balancing. It's called salo-separo-bulat. This is only for balancing. Okay, because your head is a very heavy component of your body. Okay, so how can you balance your head? Because your semicircular canal is working. Okay, compared to eye, this is so much more easy to learn lah. Hey, last time during my time when I remember lah, I used to learn this in Form 2. Form 2 chapter 1, the old syllabus, this is Form 2 chapter 1. And you know what's the worst part? We learn the skin first. Okay, we learn the skin first, and then we think, oh, very easy. And then when we learn tongue and nose, okay, very easy. And then the next one we learn our ear, and then I'll be like, oh my god, why is this thing so complicated? And then the last one we learn our eye. Wow, mati, I tell you, we learn the hardest, the latest. Okay, so we are in for a shock. We thought that, oh, very easy, and then gradually it gets harder. We're like, oh, stop, why is it so hard? So now you learn the hard one first. You learn vision first. You learn the eyes first. You see, they are good. They are good towards you. Okay, they put the hardest thing first. So that's your ear. So is this very hard? Not really. Compared to your eyes, this is like so easy. So how do you detect your sound? Okay, this thing, your sound will go into your earlobe, goes to your ear canal, salo telinga, beats on your eardrum will vibrate. Okay, pass it to the ossicle, pass it to the oval window, pass it to the cochlea. Cochlea will change this thing to nerve impulse, and nerve impulse will go to your brain. Okay, that's how it works. So you need to know the pathway of your eye, how does light enter your eye, and you need to know the pathway of your sound, how does it go to your brain. Okay, so this is kind of really straightforward. Okay, nothing really much. All right, so limitation on hearing. Okay, let's look at limitation. You learned this like a few months ago, right? Our hearing limitation is 20 to 20,000. Okay, we can use stethoscope, megaphone, or hearing aid. Okay, here's the thing, guys. Hearing aid only amplifies the sound. If your hearing is very weak, this thing will help you. But if your hearing is lost, hearing aid doesn't help. Okay, it's like, let me ask you, if your speaker of your TV spoiled, how much you switch on your volume, you will not hear anything because the whole thing is broken. You get what I'm trying to say? So this only amplifies the sound. All right, so how do you get hearing loss? Okay, it could be infection, could be accidents, could be aging. Like I said, as you go older, your eardrum becomes less elastic, exposure to loud noise, okay, or sudden exposure to loud noise. So it could be anything. It could be your ear canal clog. It could be your cochlear damage. Then in this case, you can go surgery to implant cochlea. Okay, your eardrum rupture. Okay, you can go for surgery to sew it back. All these are still fixable. But if you damage your auditory nerve, I'm afraid this is forever. There's no cure for it. Okay, so how did Beethoven lost his hearing? Most they predicted is because of infection. Okay, he had an infection, he had a fever, and this thing just kind of takes away his hearing. Okay, it happens. All right. All right, so what is your stereophonic hearing? So if you have came to my week 4 before, okay, the few days before, you know it's stereophonic. Last time you learned stereoscopic vision when you use both sides of your eye to see the predator one. This is stereophonic hearing. You use both sides of your ear to hear, right? So why do this? Because this is more sensitive hearing. When the sound is coming from the right side of your head, your right side of the ear will detect the sound first and it will detect this sound stronger. Whereas your left ear will detect the sound weaker and there's a delay. So your brain will tell you, okay, this sound is coming from the right side. You see, if you use stereo, if you use both sides of your ear to hear, you will kind of determine the location of that thing very accurately. Right? You don't believe me, you close your eye, you ask your friend, go around you and clap, you will notice the difference. Okay, there's a surround sound. Okay, so this makes us to have to know the sound of our surrounding. All right, so this is to determine the location of the sound. Okay, so for predators to determine prey, for prey to determine predator. So both preys and predators, they have this, because prey wants to run, predator wants to catch. So both have equally strong hearing. All right, so anyway, let's look at our nose, our sense of smell. Okay, so anyway, our sense of smell, our nose, and our tongue sense of taste, they're together. They both will detect chemical substance. What is chemical substance? Your smell is a chemical substance. Your taste, your food is a chemical substance. You taste chemical substance with your tongue. You smell chemical substance with your nose. Okay, so this is your sense of smell, the real bau. This is sense of taste, the real rasa. Okay, so let's look at our nose first. Our nose is really easy. Okay, in your nose, there is something called this space here. It's called the nasal cavity. Okay, nasal cavity. In VM, it's called rongga hidung. What does it mean by cavity? Cavity means there's a space. Rongga means a space. Can you see your nose has a space here? It's like an empty space in your nose. That's your nasal cavity lah. So on the top side of your nasal cavity, this is where you find your smell receptor. Okay, this is where you find your smell receptor. Can you see this is smart design again? You see, smell, they go up. Smell doesn't go down. Smell always goes up. You see, when you cook something, the smell will travel up. So you see, when smell enters our ear, it will travel up to our smell receptor. That's why our receptor is up here. If our receptor is down here, then we won't be able to smell things. You see, smart design. All right, and your smell receptor looks like this, okay, and it's very close to the, okay, there's a nerve to the brain as usual. Your eye has a nerve to the brain, your ear has a nerve to the, okay, what am I saying? Okay, your ear has a nerve to the brain, your nose has a nerve to the brain as well. Okay, so here's the thing, your smell receptor, okay, listen, very important here. Your smell receptor and your taste receptor, they need to be constantly moist. Constantly moist. They cannot be dry. They need to be moist. So this is why your tongue is covered with saliva. Your nose is the same thing. It's not covered by saliva, but it's covered by a sticky fluid we call mucus. Okay, yes, mucus. So why this? Okay, here's the thing. Listen, for you to eat something, to taste something, food needs to dissolve in your saliva first. Food will dissolve in your saliva. Saliva will stimulate your taste bud. Okay, I'll talk about this taste bud later. What is taste bud? In Mandarin, it's called 味蕾. Anything on your tongue. Okay, your tongue has taste bud. So food needs to dissolve in saliva. Saliva stimulate the taste bud. Same thing as your nose. Smell needs to dissolve in mucus. Mucus will stimulate your smell receptor. If they are both dry, they won't work. They won't work. Have you realized something? When you have very dry mouth and you eat biscuit, wow, this makes the biscuit taste like shit. You're like eating cardboard, right? When your mouth is dry, you don't want to eat dry food. This is why we as human beings, we prefer wet and moist food because it tastes better. It dissolves better in our mouth, right? So cannot make nose dry. Yeah. Hey, you notice something or not? When you go to winter country, when you inhale dry air, when it dries your nose gets painful. Have you noticed this? Any of you have been to winter country before? Okay, if you have, then you'll know what I mean. So when your nose gets, okay, even when you're in aircon room, when your nose gets dry, wow, it feels very painful. So you need moisture in your nose. All right, so that's your mucus. So as I said just now, the function of the sensory smell, okay, is to, in the air, will dissolve in mucus and stimulate the cell. As I said, chemical substance, which is a smell, they need to dissolve in mucus first before they stimulate the cell. You cannot just stimulate your cell straight, it doesn't work. All right, so nerve impulse is sent to the brain. Okay, so again, what's the function of the receptor? Is to change your cell to nerve impulse. Everything is nerve impulse. Your eyes change light into nerve impulse. Your ear change sound into nerve impulse. Your nose and mouth change chemical signal into nerve impulse. Your skin change touch, heat, cold into nerve impulse, send it to your brain. Because your brain can only understand nerve impulse. Okay, I've said this a million times already. Nasal cavity is inside your nostril. Yes, yes. Okay, when you dig your nose, you're digging the nasal cavity. This thing is connected to your your throat, what? Right? Okay. So related facts. Okay, here's the thing. When we smell something for a long period of time, we get used to the smell. We stop detecting it. This is because smell receptors stop sending message to the brain. If you smell something very smelly, let's say rubbish smell, you will only smell it for the first few minutes. Next few minutes, you don't feel anything anymore because your receptor will stop sending message to your brain because it's repeated signal. Okay, this is why you cannot smell your body odor. If you smell very smelly because you didn't shower, chances are you won't smell anything because you are constantly in that smell. But when other people come near you, they will definitely smell that you didn't shower. Okay, because your smell will go into them. Okay, you know what I mean? Okay, so same thing when a person catches a cold, he cannot smell very well. Okay, why is it when you are cold, when you have cold, okay, when you have runny nose, okay, you don't smell things well because everything here, there's a mucus traffic jam. Okay, everything here is filled by mucus. Why? Because mucus is also to protect you. When you have bacteria or virus in your nasal cavity, your body will respond by producing a lot of mucus to trap all these bacteria together. You learn this in Form 2, Chapter 4, your 3 lines of body defense. This is the first line. Your body will produce mucus to trap all the bacteria. So now, there's a traffic jam here. So much mucus. So when the smell dissolves in the mucus cannot reach the receptor. That's why you don't smell anything, right? And the annoying thing about runny nose is when you have a flu, this part will be very dry. This part will be stuck with mucus. Okay, super annoying. So this part will be really dry. This part will be full of mucus. And then a few hours later, your nose will be like, you know what? Let's change. No, this part will be dry. This part will be full of mucus. Freaking annoying, isn't it? That's why I hate flu. You cannot smell things. Okay, so sometimes runny nose is good. Good, meh? Not good, leh. I cannot smell things, leh. Okay, so let's look at our tongue. Okay, which brings me to the tongue. Okay, so our tongue has all these millions of bits on it called taste bud. It's called tunas rasa in DM. Okay, tunas rasa in Mandarin is called 味蕾. Stimulate is to activate. Stimulate is 刺激你的眼睛，刺激你的耳朵，刺激你的鼻子。It's called stimulate. To stimulate you, merangsangkan. Okay, you can say activate lah. When your receptor works, is stimulate. Okay, simple as that. Okay, so your tongue okay, has all these taste bud. Okay, fun fact your taste bud has spaces in between, so bacteria will grow here. Guys, when you brush your teeth, you only clean 10% of your mouth. The other 90% of the bacteria is on your tongue. So remember to brush your tongue. Get a tongue scraper, scrape your tongue every day. Because if your breath stinks, it's not your teeth, it's gonna be your tongue. So brush your tongue. Okay, so so all your taste buds are here. As I said, same as just now. Smell dissolve in mucus to stimulate the receptor. Same thing here. Your food dissolve in your saliva and stimulate your taste bud. Okay, what is nodule? Don't care, no need to care. The nodule, no need to care. Okay, here's the thing. Listen, before you eat with your mouth, you actually eat with your eye and your nose. Have you noticed this? When you see, what do you first do when you eat? You look at the food first. When you see something you really like, when you smell something you really like, okay, let's say your favorite is char kway teow. Okay, char kway teow. So when you see char kway teow and you smell char kway teow, what do? Your mouth will start salivating. Have you noticed this? When you see a food that you really like and you're really hungry, your saliva will start filling your mouth. So this is why sense of sight and sense of smell, it helps with your eating. If I close your eyes and I pinch your nose, you don't smell anything, you don't see anything, eating is less of a better experience. Right? Have you noticed this? This is why in Mandarin we say 色香味俱全, 色香味. The most important part of the eating process, the first thing is by seeing it. And then you smell it, only you eat it. This is why presentation of food and smell of food is equally important as the taste. Your food tastes good, it doesn't look good, it doesn't smell good. Okay, your food is shit. Okay, nobody's gonna like your food, okay, because it's not presentable. Okay, you know what I mean. So the function of the taste bud, as I said just now, food dissolved in saliva. Okay, so it will stimulate your taste bud, stimulate your taste receptor. Again, send nerve impulse to the brain. So you'll recognize your taste. Okay, guys, taste is a very subjective thing. Okay, some of you like a certain taste, some of you don't. It's a very subjective thing. Okay, for example, durian. Okay, I'm sure most of you here love durian. I don't. Okay, I absolutely hate it. I think it's the smelliest thing in the world. Okay, sue me. I don't like it. Okay, it's the most disgusting thing in the world. All right, so anyway, let's look at our tongue. Okay, your tongue is sensitive to 5 senses. Okay, so the front part is very sensitive to sweet. Okay, the back part is sensitive to bitter. Can you see they're opposite of each other? Because sweet and bitter is opposite. You lick ice cream with the front of your tongue. So sweet is in front, bitter is at the back, sour is at the side. When you eat something sour, it feels painful here, isn't it? Because that's a sour receptor. Okay, sweet, salty is at the side here. Okay, between sweet and sour. Okay, here's the thing. It's not that the front part cannot detect bitter at all. It's just that, okay, every part of the tongue can detect any taste. It's just that the front is more sensitive to sweet. They can still taste bitter. You put medicine at the front of your tongue, you say, why is it so bitter? Okay, so you lied to me. I didn't lie to you. I just say that it is more sensitive to sweet. Doesn't mean that you cannot taste bitterness. All right, so what is umami? Have you noticed this? What is umami? Okay, why is it a Japanese name? Umami is a Japanese word. Why is it called umami? In Japanese, umami means xian. Xian. Have you noticed this word? Okay, what is umami? Umami is a very special sense. If you stimulate your umami on your tongue, okay, by the way, your whole tongue can detect umami. When you stimulate umami, every sense get enhanced. Okay, you learned this before, that's good. You enhance everything. Bitter stuff tastes more bitter, salty stuff tastes more salty, sweet stuff tastes more sweet. Okay, sour things taste more sour. It enhances your whole tongue. It makes your tongue whole new level of sensitive. Okay, so this is why when you stimulate your umami, every food tastes better. So what stimulates your umami? There's a very special compound. It's a very special substance in food. We call it glutamate. Okay, glutamate. So what has glutamate? What has glutamate to stimulate your umami? Number one is ikan bilis. 公鱼仔. Okay, 江鱼仔啊. Have you noticed this? Whenever your mom makes soup, she will for sure put ikan bilis one. Even she make like steamboat soup, you guys are gonna put the flavoring packet inside. Still, she will put ikan bilis. Okay, whatever soup lah. When she is cooking, okay, does your mom cook soup for making noodles? Sometimes your mom don't cook rice, she cook soup noodle ma. The soup is made from ikan bilis one. Okay, so why everything we put ikan bilis? You make any soup lah. Okay, I don't know about you, but ikan bilis is like a must in our Asian society. I'm sure your home got ikan bilis one. Right, go and ask your mom, Mommy, you got ikan bilis or not? For sure she got one. Right, because ikan bilis is to make soup. So ikan bilis has this thing called glutamate. It will stimulate umami. Okay, if you make tom yum soup, one is with ikan bilis, one is without ikan bilis, you will definitely taste the difference. The one with ikan bilis, it tastes so much livelier, so much more awesome to eat. Okay, your house no ikan bilis. Maybe she kept it somewhere. Okay, let me ask you. When you taste salt, or you ate off there, that's my point. Okay, when you ate salt, and you eat soy sauce, let me ask you which tastes better. Do you think salt tastes better or soy sauce tastes better? They are equally salty. Okay, you sure salt tastes better? Okay, you want to dip your noodle in salt? Okay, soy sauce. Why? Because soy sauce has this glutamate. Okay, you eat salt, it's gonna be that 死咸味, that flat salty taste. It tastes like flat salt taste. But when you eat soy sauce, wow, it is sweeter, it is saltier, it has that soy smell. It smells really good because of the glutamate. Okay, your mom is not good. Yeah, I'll talk about this later. Okay, so what else has umami? If you say, sir, I'm a vegetarian, I cannot eat ikan bilis. Tomato lah. Have you realized something? Tomato soup, it tastes really good. Okay, it makes your, whenever there's a, let's say you want an appetizer, okay, tomato soup is a very good appetizer. It makes your tongue very sensitive because tomato is umami. Okay, so nowadays, okay, you might say, sir, I don't want to use tomato. I don't want to use ikan bilis. What has glutamate? There's a food additive, a human-made substance that has glutamate. That is what we call, my friends, this is our MSG. Yes, you got it. Okay, MSG is the essence of Asian food. If your Asian food has no MSG, shame on you. Yes, Uncle Roger's favorite thing. Hiya, where your MSG? No MSG, your fried rice is gonna taste like shit. Okay, you go and eat Ang Mo fried rice. Okay, Ang Mo fried rice tastes like shit. They don't put MSG on. Okay. Yes, no MSG, let's put down. Okay, so you might say, okay, here's the thing. Okay, MSG is the 味精. Okay, I'm sure your mom has told you this before. You don't eat MSG. MSG is very bad for health. Is MSG bad for health? No. No, okay, this is a mystery that I need to solve. MSG is not proven to affect your health. Okay, why do I say so? You know what is the race that eats the most MSG? Okay, you know who eats a lot of MSG? The Japanese. Okay, the miso soup, they put MSG, shit tons of MSG. Their soy sauce is MSG. Their sushi, they can put MSG. Their ramen is MSG. Ramen is full of MSG. Okay, soba is full of MSG. Basically, you go to any tempura will be MSG. You go to Japanese restaurant, it's MSG heaven. Let me ask you, do you think Japanese, they live a short life? Hey, average age for Japanese is 90 leh. What's with the MSG? So you see, myth debunked. This is bullshit. No, MSG doesn't shorten your life. You know what shortens your life? Salt. Salt. You go outside, eat dai cao, it's not the MSG that kills you, it's the salt and the 鸡咬炸 that kills you. You see, we Chinese, okay, I mean, I don't blame the boomers lah, because they are not educated. They tend to put focus on the wrong stuff. They will tell, I'm sure your mom tells you, hey, don't eat egg yolk, you know. Egg yolk has a lot of cholesterol. It's not good for the heart. Don't you find this very funny? When they eat KFC, they don't complain one. No. KFC has much more cholesterol. Yao zha guai is cholesterol. Ji yao zha is cholesterol. You eat char siu, you eat siu yok is cholesterol. Okay, you eat deep fried stuff is cholesterol. Suddenly, egg yolk, you say, oh, egg yolk not good, they got cholesterol. Seriously, you eat ji yao zha, you got see people complain. You got see people eat dai chao, they say, oh, you don't put ji yao zha, this thing will die faster. No. So eat your eggs, guys. 3 egg yolks every day is good for your brain. You hear this from me. Okay, you want your memory to get better, you eat 3 egg yolks every day. Egg yolks are perfectly fine for you. You don't eat ji yao zha. Okay, that crispy lard, that's bad for you. Okay, no wonder. You see, this is myth. Okay, you might say, okay, next time when people tell you egg yolk is very bad, it has a lot of cholesterol, you ask them, how do you know? You hear this from who? Okay, you got proof or not? Science is about proof. What? Science is about evidence. What? Where's your evidence? You got any scientific study that proves? I can show you plenty of studies. They have already done studies for 30 years. Egg yolks do not cause high cholesterol. That's my proof. Do you have your proof? No. Does MSG cause you to have heart disease or whatever? No. It is proven no. Okay, but lard does. Your pig fat does. You eat butter, it does proven that you will get heart disease. So why don't you see people complain butter? Wrong focus. So don't be, this is why we learn science. Okay, this is why you learn science. Now you know egg yolk is perfectly fine for you. MSG is perfectly fine for you. Okay, you see, people very funny one. Those people who tells you, okay, I have those boomer telling me, hey, don't eat MSG, you know. Hey, don't eat this egg yolk. Hey, you eat egg, you want to die. Then what do they do next? They go outside and smoke. You want me to slap you? Wow, suddenly smoking, you are okay. Wow, egg yolks are not okay. You stupid or what? Okay, you got brain. You think smoking is better than eating egg yolk, man? Oh, bloody bullshit, I tell you, okay? I'm a very scientific guy. I cannot find this kind of stupid facts one. Okay? Oh, it causes cholesterol. Where's your proof? Bukti mana? Okay? Just because of saying it doesn't make it true. Okay? I can say that my mom is a unicorn. You don't have proof. You don't need proof. You just have to believe me. My mom is a unicorn. If you don't believe me, you're a hater. Okay? Does it make sense to you? No. Okay? Just in case you don't know, guys, Santa Claus is not real. Okay? It's time to wake up. Okay, what if someone's mom is the real unicorn? Damn, I really want to see. Okay, that's a fancy way of saying their mom is a rhino. Okay, no disrespect though. Okay, anyway. All right, so moving on. So your sense of taste and your sense of smell. Okay, so our sense of smell improves our sense of taste. Like I said, you smell something before you eat something. This is why when you have a cold, our nose produces too much mucus. The smell of food cannot reach the sensory smell. Okay, so you will not smell the food seems tasteless. When you are sick, when you have runny nose, even eating KFC, you're like, this tastes like shit, not good, because your nose is stuck already. Okay, so when you are sick, quite go and eat porridge lah. Okay, you eat any food also tasteless one. Your appetite is like shit, and then you smell cannot smell. Okay, so just wait for it to go lah. Okay, so same thing, you can use this knowledge. How do you eat a very unpleasant tasting medicine? Okay, let's say you are drinking those Chinese herb medicine. You can pinch your nose because without a sense of smell, the medicine will taste less awful. Still awful, still freaking awful, but hey, it makes it better. Okay, I know this by drinking the celery juice. Last time my mom liked to make celery juice. You know celery, the kanchoya, she likes to make it into juice. Oh my god, it's really disgusting. Okay, the thing is, it tastes like pesticide. Okay, but she said, this thing very good for health. You want pimple or not? You don't want pimple, you better drink. Okay, that's a freaking lie. I still get pimples. Okay, it's super disgusting, I tell you. Okay, does it work? Okay, no. It makes that thing like 30% less awful, no. Okay, it makes your shit taste 30% less like shit. Still shit, you still have that 70%. So it's still bad. Okay, but it's less bad. Okay, so food tastes better because chemical in hot food evaporate to form vapor. You see, hot food, they taste better because there's more chemical substance in the air. There's more smell that you can smell. So hot food smells better, so it tastes better. All right, so that's it for our chapter. Okay, so that's your sense of smell and taste. Really interesting. By the way, I have a YouTube video on this. Okay, I actually made a video, a YouTube video about tongue. Okay, you go to my YouTube video and watch. Okay, I made this last year actually. Okay, unfortunately, that's one of my few videos. I just don't have the time to continue my YouTube channel. Okay, it's really a lot of work. Okay, I underestimated being a YouTuber. Okay, it takes me like what 5-6 hours just to edit one freaking video. So needless to say, I'm just too lazy for it. Okay, my name is Eddie Low X Science. Okay, sometimes if you guys have requested video from me, I send you through my YouTube video. Okay, through my YouTube channel. Okay, go watch my YouTube video. Okay, Eddie Low, my name, X Science. Okay, X Science, the X times Science. Okay, that's my video. That's my YouTube video. Okay, so anyway, let's label this. Okay, I'm just going to give you the answer. Okay, the rest you can do it yourself. Your pinna is A. Okay, that's your pinna. Okay, or your earlobe. And then your ear canal is B. Eardrum is D. Ossicle is the bone C. Oval window is that small window. Okay, it's here, it's not labeled. Okay, your eustachian tube is H. Okay, that's the tube here. Cochlea is G. Okay, F is your auditory nerve. Okay, and then your E is your semicircular canal. Okay, the function you write yourself, I'm just not gonna because it's in your notes already. Okay, so complete the path of your sound wave. So your sound will go into your earlobe first, or your pinna, and then to your canal, eardrum, the gendang telinga, to the ossicle, tulang ossicle, to your oval window, to your cochlea, and then to your auditory nerve, brain. Okay, go back up. Yeah, sure. Okay, I'm just gonna write the alphabets here. Okay, you fill in yourself lah. Okay, no worries lah. The answer I will put it in Google Classroom. So you check it from there lah. Okay, so next one, how are sound produced? Okay, by vibration. Okay, getaran. All sound are produced by vibration. You learned this like last year, not last year. Okay, I'll just say this as last year. Okay, you learned it in Form 2 in your chapter 9, which is like a few months ago. Okay, so where's your outer ear? Outer ear is these two. It is your outer. Middle is ear. The middle. And then the last two is your inner ear. Okay, so number 9. I'm going a bit fast. If you need me to slow down, let me know. So number 9, state 2 structure which is not involved in hearing. That will be your eustachian tube and your semicircular canal. Preparing for 2022, be like, yeah, I know. I'm just rushing through everything. I'll try to cover as much as I can. So B, the ossicles are found in the middle ear. Okay, and their function is to amplify vibration. What is the advantage of having ossicle in the middle ear? Okay, why do we have ossicle in the middle ear? Okay, like I said, it's to amplify the sound. Okay, so that there's less sound loss. Okay, or less energy, sound energy loss. Okay, this is to amplify the sound. Okay, menguatkan bunyi. Okay, less sound energy loss. Okay, lebih kurang tenaga bunyi yang hilang. Okay, tenaga bunyi. Okay, because you have energy loss. When you transfer energy, there will be energy loss. But when our ear has that 3 bone, it reduces that loss. Okay, it keeps the sound loud. That's why you can hear something. Okay, this is not a very important question. So next, this is Jamie's right ear. As you can see, there's an earwax here. Okay, usually you don't produce that much of earwax. If you do produce this much of earwax, usually it means you have an underlying problem. You have another problem. That means usually you have infection. You don't just simply produce earwax like this, like crazy. It usually means you have a problem. So based on the diagram above, late Y Jamie has lost his hearing on the right ear, okay, because of the presence of earwax. Okay, because of this earwax. This is called Lilin Delinger, I think. Okay, the whole ear yellow orange color. Yeah, huh? The whole ear orange. No lah, not really lah. Not really lah. You mean the this thing the whole ear this thing Okay, so the sound wave cannot reach your eardrum. Okay, gelombang bunyi tidak sampai ke gendang telinga. Okay, near the here. Here is it. Oh, this one I don't know. Okay, this could be an accurate diagram or it could be not. I don't know. They got like that Oh, really? You mean like this? The earwax like this it usually means there's an infection. So guys, clean your earphone Okay, I know it sounds trivial, but time to time use your alcohol hand sanitizer and clean your earphone, especially the in-ear one like this type. Okay, because it can get really greasy and dirty. Okay, like outside yellow, orangey. That means for infection, usually if there's some discharge coming out from your ear, usually mean there's an infection. It happens. It happens. Whenever there's an opening, bacteria will go into it already. Okay, so Jamie cannot hear using his right ear. He's dependent on his left ear to hear. Really, what will happen? What will Jamie face? Okay, he's not able to detect inaccurate position. Okay, kedudukan yang tidak tepat. He cannot determine, or you can just say cannot determine position of sound clearly. He cannot listen to sound clearly. They cannot determine position of sound. Okay, so the doctor says now your ear is clear. Okay, I am able to hear again, but why am I able to detect sound direction of the voice when hearing with 2 ears? Okay, so as I said just now, why can he determine the location of the sound when you have 2 ears? Okay, if the sound is coming from the right, okay, sound from right side lah, suara dari sebelah kanan. So your right ear, okay, hears the sound louder and faster. Okay, telinga kanan mendengar suara lebih kuat, lebih cepat. So if the sound is from the right side, your right ear will hear it first. So your brain will interpret sound coming from right. Okay, otak mentafsir bunyi datang dari sebelah kanan. See, your brain is very awesome. They just know. When you close your ear, do you have a home theater system? Okay, if you have a home theater system, if as in your TV has like 5 speakers around you, okay, because mine does. When you watch a movie, you can feel, okay, someone is coming from somewhere, because the sound is the 5 speakers, they produce different sound, so you can kind of know where is the sound coming from. That's your Dolby Digital 5.1 lah. Okay, whenever you go watch a cinema, they will show the Dolby Digital. Okay, that means that's the sound effect. Okay, so I'm going to give short answer. So number 10, so this is a human nose. So indicate the smell receptor. Your smell receptor is over here. Okay, so complete the pathway on the smell of rose detected by the brain. Chemical substance in the air is inhaled in the nostril, so she inhales the air. So what happened? So it will dissolve in mucus. Okay, larut di dalam mucus. So it will stimulate your receptor, merangsangkan receptor. So what happens next? It will change your smell into nerve impulse. Okay, menghasilkan impulse saraf. So send it to the brain. Okay, hantar ke otak. Okay, they only give 3 boxes lah. I have to shove a lot of points in each of the box. No choice. Okay, sorry, I'm going a bit fast, because I'm trying to cover as much as I can. So, hey, what is Liang Jie here? Hey, bro. Okay, so Liang Jie detect fire happened at the kitchen of his house or his house in his room. So explain briefly how Lamjie detects the smell of smoke. Okay, how can he detect the smell of the smoke? Okay, so the smoke diffuse, not to say diffuse, sorry, not diffuse, dissolve. Okay, dissolve in mucus, okay, in his nose. And then this mucus will stimulate the smell receptor. Okay, merangsangkan receptor bau. Okay, you will smell the receptor. Not smell receptor. You stimulate the smell receptor, what I'm saying. Okay, so how does the sense of smell help us to protect us from danger? Okay, how does it help in this case? Okay, you smell the smoke, okay, before seeing the fire. Okay, dapat menghidu asap sebelum melihat api. Okay, before you see it with your eye, okay, you can smell it. You can smell the smoke already. Okay, so you can run away from the danger. You can put the second point, okay, so you escape from danger. So D1 suggests your explanation. How can you protect your nose and the sense of smell? Okay, so how can you protect your nose? Do not smell strong chemical. Okay, tidak menghidu bahan kimia kuat. Okay, you can say wear a filtered mask. Okay, while working with pungent smell. You know it's pungent. Pungent means very strong smell, like your paint thinner. You know, paint thinner in Cantonese we call it tina soy. You know the thinner you use to mix your paint with. You don't smell that thing, or in fact just don't smell your paint. Okay, because your paint, when you smell your paint, it's gonna hurt your nose because that's a very pungent smell. So if you are painting, wear a mask. Not your face mask, you must wear those masks with two bottles here one. Those are poisonous gas masks. Okay, that's the 3M mask. Okay, one mask will cost like 100 something because they filter the air for you. The smell is too good. No, yeah, I agree. Okay, I don't know why. Somehow all these solvents they smell, kind of nice. It's just like petrol lah. Okay, I'm sure some of you likes the petrol. I like the petrol smell. Yeah. Okay. Hey, my mom said I'm crazy. I don't know. I just kind of like the petrol smell. Okay, guilty pleasure. So number two, Mr. Hashim is working in a paint factory. Okay, as he works, he smells the pungent paint. There I said already. What are the risks faced by Mr. Hashim? Okay, so he might damage the smell receptor. Oh no, they are the weirdos, not us. Okay, we are definitely fine. Okay, so he might damage smell receptor. So the sense of taste and smell help us to spit out food that is spoiled or smelly before we swallow it. I explain why this is important for us. Okay, because we can smell bad food. Okay, cancer we can smell bad food before eating it. Okay, dapat menghidu makanan yang rosak sebelum memakannya. So this is how you smell sour milk. When you smell that the milk is sour, you will be pretty stupid to swallow this thing. Okay, because when the moment the thing, have any of you drink spoiled milk before? It's very obvious. Okay, the moment it touches your tongue, you can feel the disgust of it. It is really disgusting. It has that fermented smell. It basically smells like germs. Okay, because it is. All right, so this helps us avoid danger. Okay, so this is your tongue. So I don't need to label this for you, do I? Okay, sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and the middle one is umami. What's the purpose of saliva? Okay, to dissolve food. How do we detect taste of food? Food dissolve in saliva. Saliva stimulate taste bud. Taste bud change, okay, taste into nerve impulse, send it to the brain. Okay, so which part goes where? You put yourself lah. Okay, is it MSG? Will go to your umami. Chicken broth is also umami. Okay, this is why we make broth. Chicken broth, pork broth. This is to increase the umami to make that thing taste better. What's the answer for 10A? 10A is here. Smell receptor. Sorry, I'm going a bit fast. I'm trying to finish everything as I can. So the answer will be posted in Google Classroom. You can go and check it there. Okay, before you go for holiday, please kindly go and refer to the answer. if you're too lazy to copy it down, you can just print it out, staple it behind your notes, so the next time you can refer to it easier for you. Okay, so that's it for today lah. I will see you again next year. Okay, so thanks for coming. Okay, some of you have only attended my class for this year. Okay, I thank you for coming to my class. So hopefully next year I will see you again lah. Okay, so hereby I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Okay, I will see you next year. So happy holidays. Bye bye everyone. See you. Bye.